Welcome to the Family Draft Show. I'm James. I am a husband, a father, birth doula, educator, and proud. When I tell you proud, I mean proud Detroit Lions fan. Look, I created this experience to help you build your dream team when it comes to birth. Because just like in football, every birth needs strategy. It needs support and it needs a solid roster. Let me be clear, this isn't your average birth class. I promise you that. Like, we're breaking it down like it's draft day, like it's ESPN and it's draft day, because in this season of life, your team is one of the determining factors in your ability to win. So let's get into this thing. Before we move any further, let's talk about your birth plan. Every team starts with a game plan in football. A team doesn't just go out and draft the best available player. Well, they shouldn't, right? They draft based upon fit, based upon scheme, and based on philosophy and strategy. Birth is no different. Listen, your birth plan is your blueprint. It outlines your preferences, your priorities, and your hopes for how you want birth to go. And just like in the league, if you know your system, if you know your scheme, then you know who to draft. For example, if you are wanting a low intervention holistic experience, you might prioritize a midwife and a doula. Now, if you go into this experience expecting and knowing that you are a high risk or have a high risk pregnancy, then an OB in a hospital-based team might be non-negotiable. If you have questions like, do you want spiritual support or postpartum feeding help, or if you and your partner will desire emotional backup for both of you all, then your birth plan helps you answer these types of questions. So, before you build your draft board, before you start going out making picks, I need you to sit down with your partner, talk through your goals, define what matters most. Then, after you do this, then you draft your team accordingly. Let's take a moment to look into some unfortunate realities. In the United States, Black women are nearly 2 to 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than their white counterparts. And this disparity doesn't come down to income or even education. It comes down to access. It's at the feet of bias and a lack of consistent, culturally congruent, and aligned support. That's why having a birth plan and a team built around that plan is so critical. Studies show that over 80% of these pregnancy-related deaths are deemed as preventable. And one of the most effective and proven ways to prevent them is by assembling a birth team that not only listens to you, but respects your wishes and has your back through every single stage. Listen, when the right people are in the room, people who are trained, people who are trusted, and people who are ready, you can increase the chances of respectful, responsive, and safe care. Hey, yo, hear me out. This is far more than just being comfortable. It's about saving and changing outcomes. That's what this is all about. Saving lives and changing outcomes. Let's break down your draft board position by position. First things first, you, my bro, you, the non-birthing partner, you are the general manager. Your job is to scout talent and build relationships. Now, just like the pros, you've got to hold your own combine. I mean, you have to interview, you have to assess, and you have to pick your team based upon how well they fit in your family's playbook. Each one of these roles has a direct impact on how your birth experience feels. And this is not just medical, but emotional, physical, and even spiritual. When chosen with intention, check this out. When you choose these people with intention, each team member adds confidence. They can add peace and clarity to a process that, if I'm being honest, could feel overwhelming at times. Now let's look at that first draft pick. The birthing person or mom, that's your QP. That is the person that's in the game. Listen, every contraction, every decision, every ounce of effort, it's on them. They are truly the key to all of this. Think about the impact your favorite quarterback has on the game. They truly are the MVPs of this entire process, and we must do all that we can to protect and provide for them. Up next, you have the pick of a doula. Now, think of your doula like your left tackle. Think of my guy, Trent Williams from the 49ers. I'm talking about something that's powerful, focused, and consistently protecting. That's what a doula does. They provide the non-medical support to you and your partner throughout the entire process. They provide things like breath coaching and massages, hip squeezes, affirmations, and helping your partner feel empowered to do what they need to do to advocate. They'll do their job to remind you of your plan if and when things may shift up. They help interpret the medical language that may be thrown around the room and support emotional recovery if plans change. Doulas are especially vital for Black birthing people and first-time moms or families who are aiming to reduce interventions. They are often a great resource when it comes to education on the front end and providing postpartum support on the back end. A doula, by far, is the most important draft pick that you can have. Man, a special thank you to our channel sponsor and our event sponsor, the National Black Doulas Association, for uplifting, certifying, and mobilizing Black doulas nationwide. Be sure to reach out to them if you need any information or resources, but the NBDA is doing the work on the ground at a tremendous and high rate of speed. Shout out to the NBDA. So let's get back to these draft picks. Up next is your midwife and your OBGYN. That's like your head coach. Think of Andy Reid or Mike Tomlin, someone that is trusted, consistent, and a coach with a plan. You only need one of these providers. So some families choose midwives for like their holistic and hands-on approach. Others prefer OBs for their access to medical interventions. Both are essential. Both are essential depending on your needs and your birthing plan. So what do? They oversee the medical side of labor. I'm talking about safety checks, exams, and decisions when things move fast. But beyond that, a great provider also listens. They explain and they give you choices. When you are interviewing them, ask them what their philosophy on birth is. Ask them about their cesarean rate level or what their thoughts on that is. Do they include the partner in decision making? These types of questions will give you great insight on if they fit within your family's plan or not. An OB and a midwife must have. Definitely do your research. Up next, we have the nurse. The nurse is like your running back. Think about my guy, Marshawn Lynch, right? Grinding forward one play at a time. Labor nurses are the heartbeat of the delivery floor. They track contractions, they monitor vitals, they suggest various positions and advocate for your comfort. They're often the person that you see most during labor. When you need ice or reassurance or reposition or someone to check baby's heart rate, oftentimes the nurse is right there. Respect your nurse. Ask them questions, learn their names. They can become one of your biggest allies throughout this process. Man, I just want to send a major shout out to the nurse that my wife and I had when we gave birth to our son, man. Shout out to Courtney. She was and is an amazing labor and delivery nurse, man. She made sure we had what we need, asked us the right questions, provided us with resources and information. So listen, love on your nurses out there. Make sure you show them some love. Major draft pick right there. Shout out to Courtney. So the next pick is a chiropractor. Think about the chiropractor like your kicker. One shot can change everything. Chiropractic care during pregnancy can help with alignment, balance, and preparing your body for labor. It can relieve back pain and hip pain, help term breech babies, and support a smoother delivery. Now look, not every family uses one, but if and when you do, they could be the missing piece that gets labor progressing. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on the chiropractic care. It's a game changer for real. The nutritionist is like your strength and conditioning coach. No athlete performs well without fuel. During pregnancy, there is an increase in your nutritional needs. And so a great nutritionist helps manage all of these things. They help manage your weight, help keep blood sugar in line, and bring energy levels to the right area. They help prevent complications like gestational diabetes or anemia. And in the postpartum period though, they're key in recovery. They help with breast milk production and regaining energy levels. What you should do, I would suggest, is asking your OB or midwife if they can refer you to one early in your pregnancy. Because when you have the right nutrition, everything else begins to fall in place. Even the best starters need a deep bench. So let's talk about some support roles. First off, we have your spiritual leader. This is like your team chaplain, which helps you stay grounded when the plan shifts or helps you navigate and process things with peace and connecting to a higher purpose. Your childbirth educator. This is like your F.A.M.ily analyst, all right? They break down the tape. They prep you for what's coming, so when game day hits, you're ready. Oftentimes, a doula helps play this role, but if not, look into ways to get yourself educated. Our channel is a great place to start, but education is vital for you to learn the game and know how to show up when it's time. Next up, we have family and friends. That is like your home crowd, right? They can either uplift or distract. The right ones offer meals, support, and backup, but they need boundaries and clarity. One rule I like is that during the postpartum period, no family or friends can just show up empty-handed. They're not allowed to do so. If you come into the house, if you coming to see this baby, you're coming to work. You're coming to give mom and myself a break, not just to see the baby. And you gotta wash your hands too. Speaking of that, man, we like to also thank the Maddie Fund. The Maddie Fund is led by Dr. F.A.'ily Noble, and we want to thank them for sponsoring this event. The Maddie Fund supports maternal mental health equity through solutions that uplift Black and brown birthing people. Listen, their work strengthens the postpartum game plan because what happens after birth truly matters. Shout out to the Maddie Fund. Let's get to these last few picks. Your pediatrician is like your rookie development coach. They ensure your baby is growing, feeding, and thriving. They offer guidance and peace of mind from day one. Some offices fill up fast, so reach out as soon as possible to get your family's name on the list. Next up is your lactation consultant. Think of them like your position coach. They provide feeding support and confidence. They also provide relief, and they help you and your baby find your rhythm. Look, for many people, breastfeeding can be daunting. These individuals will make sure you have the support that you need. Listen, you can start seeing them early in your pregnancy. I would suggest not waiting until the end or until delivery to meet with them. Lactation consultants really help you out. Here's a message for the GM. Let's be real. When dads show up, the game changes. Think about it. Think about when Brad Holmes became the GM for the Detroit Lions. He didn't just draft players, he rebuilt the culture. He provided vision, he brought belief, and a winning team came as a result. That's what fathers can do in birth and postpartum. It's not just about being in the room. It's about owning your role, asking the questions, practicing your plays, and leading with intention. So here's your game plan. Hold your combine, interview your potential draft picks, your doulas, your midwives, the OBs, the support staff. Build your draft board based on your family's values. But stay flexible, stay focused, and protect your MVP. Because birth is a team sport, and your family deserves a championship. Listen, if you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe to our channel. We have tons and tons of content and information that will be rolling out very soon. Our goal is to make sure you and your family have the support that you need so that you can fully show up, assist, and advocate for the mothers in your lives. Have a good one.